Hey, my name is James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about house prices. We've got some more data from Nationwide. They're expecting them to go up in 2025, as I'm sure you've seen from the title. I'm going to tell you how the market is going to go next year because they're expecting it to have significant peaks at some point, then potentially be very quiet. For how long? And then to get busy again. I'm going to tell you why affordability should improve in 2025 and what are their expectations on how much are they going to go up. So before we jump into this, if you're new around here and you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We're on the way to 34,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get 100,000 in 2025. That would be awesome. And let's make sure we get some more views on this video by smashing like, tickling like, doing something to that like button. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. So I appreciate everyone that takes a moment to do this. So, who are we talking about here? Nationwide. They love to give data. And we like to talk about their data. Because, I'll be honest, they were fairly accurate this year. They said house prices would go up around 3%. And they did. 3.7% according to their data. So that's pretty spot on the money. And they're also talking about what their expectations are for 2025. So here's an indicator that we could have a fairly decent market to start the year. What you've got to look at is things like mortgage approvals. And so mortgage approvals are up 4% in November. So November mortgage approvals are up. That's good. That means there are 4% more people sitting there right now that have a mortgage in principle. They can go and shop for some houses or flats or whatever they want. That is a good sign. And we've seen in October, we saw a busier market. We saw more buyers coming into the market. And a lot of this is down to two things. One, at the end of last year or this year or the middle of the summer, mortgage rates started going down significantly. August 1st, we had the Bank of England cutting the base rate. We had another cut last month. We should have had one this month. We didn't, but the Bank of England is saying they're going to keep cutting rates. And so mortgage rates this summer got to below 4%. Remember, it wasn't long ago, a year and a half ago or so, that rates were at 6.5%. Really not affordable for a lot of people, but under 4 suddenly stirred the market up. You see, 2023, the market was dead. There were not many transactions happening. It was more than 20% less transactions happening. So the people that wanted to buy, that couldn't either afford it or just wanted to wait and see for something to happen. And that did happen. So mortgages went down in the summer. Buyers started entering the market in October, and even more have been doing it in November. So there's a pool of buyers there. The next thing that will get the momentum going for the first quarter is the stamp duty rise in April. So we know that for first-time buyers in particular, now's a good time to buy because now you've got okay-ish interest rates, not the best if you go back 2 years, but they're not too bad historically. But you do know that you're going to save a chunk of cash if you buy a property before April the 1st. And so that is stimulating the market. There is way more activity at the moment. That's undisputable. Every data source is saying that. And so Nationwide feel that the market is going to have a very busy first quarter, as do the agents, as do Rightmove, as mortgage approvals are all saying the same thing. So don't expect house prices to crash or drop in the first quarter. So then what do they expect? So after a busy first quarter, nearly everyone expects the market to slow down from April. And it could be quite a drastic slowdown because the incentive has gone. There isn't a deadline of that stamp duty holiday or increase back to where it officially was years ago. So the market will slow down. There's no momentum at that stage. So what could get the market going again is Nationwide feel the next 6 months, all the way through to the summer, will be slow again. But what they feel will kickstart the last quarter of the year is a few things. Firstly, interest rates. So we know the Bank of England are going to cut, likely, very likely. We don't know for a fact. They've said they'll cut 4 times. That's likely to happen. Now, that could happen quicker if we go into a recession. So if we officially go into a recession or unemployment ticks up even faster, rate cuts could be faster. So that could benefit affordability. What you'll also have this year coming up is obviously more pay rises. So more pay rises and above inflation pay rises mean affordability improves again for people. So the market, the house price market, hasn't been running away with itself recently. It has been fairly flat for 2 years if you average it out, take into account for inflation, probably dipped a little bit, but wages have been going up faster and interest rates have been going up as well. And the last thing's interesting, because I've done quite a few videos on this. They're saying that the fact that rents are going up so fast will mean that some people that are saving, thinking they were going to buy in 26 or 27, will bring those purchases forward. This does make sense because rents are going up at such a rapid rate. And rents are eating into their deposits, so they will push themselves to do whatever they can in order to get that purchase complete faster. So that does make sense. And it does mean that you might get some people moving into the market and moving it that little bit quicker. So what are they expecting to happen for 2025? Well, they expect that the house prices will increase in 2025 by 3.4%. 3.4%. So very close to what the increase was in 2024. So really, that's a fairly good sign. It's not a crazy sign, but it does also back up a video that I did earlier this week by a guy called Fred Harrison, who talks about the 18-year property cycle. He's saying you're going to see it busy in 25, busy in 26, and then a crash in 2027. He did predict the last 2 house price crashes, so he could be right on that. So if you want to go and see that, do check out the older videos in the last week or so. You'll see that video. It talks about, is there a crash in 2027? So do go and check that one out. But nationwide data in the last couple of years has been fairly accurate. And so it's interesting to see. And these things do make sense to me. I think if you had to ask me if I agree with this or not, I think I do agree. I do think when interest rates drop, that will get some market activity. But the rent one is not something that I've talked about before and not really heard that angle on this, but it does make sense, doesn't it? If your rent's going up at 10% a year, that could give you the momentum, the incentive, everything you need in order to take some action and get your property bought quicker than maybe you're expecting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do smash like, do subscribe. We've got lots of content planned for 2025, and check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.